te vuelva a ver. Quizás no te importa, quizás te va a doler. Esto es un ratito. Mi ex, mami, no te acostumbres, que el amor es muy bonito, pero siempre hay algo que lo interrumpe. Esto es un ratito. Loca pa' este loco, el tiempo se va y queda poco. Baby, vamos a hacerlo otra vez, chingalo otra vez, porque mañana quizás no va a estar. La luz se puso roja, hay que pararlo. Si quieres nos bajamos y podemos perrear. Baby, esto no fue normal, con cualquiera no me acuesto, cualquiera no le meto, ni le cuento mis secretos. Me pongo feliz cuando llegan tus textos, porque con cualquiera no me acuesto, cualquiera no le meto, ni le cuento mis secretos. Me pongo feliz cuando llegan tus textos, o cuando en cuatro te lo meto. Ay, y te moja toda, contigo me voy a toda. Ay,
sweet lady.
espero que lo hayas pasado.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yay!
Wonderful,
excited.
wonderful. Let me open up the Zoom. Where is my... Let me stop sharing. Thank you for coming early. Oh, I can't open the waiting room. I have to wait. Okay, that's fine. That is fine.
I'm excited. Then
Me
you have done
too.
this how many times?
I've been doing webinars for a couple years. Since 2022.
2022. Nice.
Yeah.
I have not done one yet.
I did some I got coached by Rachel today with the webinar that they had today, so that was pretty cool. Got some good tips.
I don't know if I saw that. What was that about?
$1 million offer.
Oh, this afternoon. Got it. Yep, this morning. Nice.
Hello,
That's
Mr.
cool.
Dukes. Yeah, so it should be good. Should be good. I got to do some tweaks and I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Do you have how many are you expecting? Do you know?
We had about 15 registrations.
Cool.
So that's not bad.
What's the biggest one you've done?
I don't recall. I've had more than the 15. Yeah, I've had more than 15. 16 counting me. But I've had more. It depends. Sometimes I'll share the link also in different communities and people show up last minute, which reminds me to do that real quick too.
Yeah. Go do that. Do that.
But yeah. How's your day going?
It's been a little hectic, to be honest. Yeah, I went down to Denver with a client to help him clear out his mother's condo. And I can't say that I think it's a good idea to move into a condo in a big building. It's a real hassle. There's a lot of hassle to it.
Yeah, it can be.
Like getting into the parking and then finding places to, anyway, it was a lot of schlepping.
Yeah,
it's different.
I helped my daughter move for her summer internship and then back out, and it was a whole lot just for a summer.
Right.
It was a whole lot just for a summer. I'm just gonna maybe give folks a couple more minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm in no rush.
I do appreciate you both being here on time.
Oh my God. Who's here? Is someone else here?
Mr. Duke. Hello, Mr. Dukes.
He's not showing up on my thing.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, there he is, Mr. Duke's iPhone.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
good, good. And you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Fantastic. Pleasure meeting you guys.
I'm sorry? Oh, there you are. Hi.
Yeah. How are you? Just
Wonderful,
at the
wonderful.
gym. My apologies. My apologies. A pleasure meeting you guys.
You too.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, people are starting to come through. All right, all right. Hey, Tiffany. Right.
Hey Vero, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great, working, but I'm gonna take a break
Awesome.
from this.
Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Awesome. 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 All right. People are trickling in. I am unable to open my waiting room, so I got to keep an eye on that, which is fine. I'm used to it. Hey, Dennis. Oh, Dennis
Hey,
on the go.
yes, I'm driving back from DC. I'm almost home.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
had to jump on to support you. I had to jump on to support you.
Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Appreciate
Awesome.
you.
All right. So let me get myself set up so we can get going. And then folks will just trickle in as we go. And let me just make sure I have my whole setup so I can see everybody, let people in, and manage the chat. All right. I think 2020 was when I really got my experience of doing all the Zoom and teaching in Zoom. So it
Yeah,
helps to also have a really large screen. That's the trick.
that's
The
true.
larger the screen, the better it is.
And I've been working on my presentation for I'm gonna have to share it with you later. So
Absolutely.
I just have to just clean it up and put it together, and yeah, I think it's powerful. Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'll just have to let folks in as they trickle in. So bear with me as I'm managing the Zoom call. So welcome everyone to the Conversion Machine webinar. Oh, Angela, hi, it's nice seeing you.
Hi.
Super excited all of you are here. Tonight is all about showing you how to stop wasting traffic and finally turn your Shopify store into a true conversion machine. So now I want you to know right up front, this isn't just like a fluffy webinar with like random tips or, just random things that people pick up and say on YouTube, right? This is actually going to be a webinar where you're going to leave with a clear framework that you can start applying right away. And so before we dive in, here's what you can expect. So I'm going to walk you through my 5-stage Pixel to Profits framework. And this is the same system my clients use to plug the leaks and scale predictably. So I'll share some real results also from stores just like yours. And if you're serious about fixing your store and want help in implementing, I'll show you how to work with me inside Pixel to Profits in the end. So that sounds good for everyone. I am about to dive in. So let me start with the truth that most Shopify store owners don't want to hear. And that's actually, you don't have a traffic problem, you have a conversion problem. So right now, most of you are spending money driving clicks to your store. So that's either through ads or Instagram posts or maybe even doing TikTok dances, right? But if your store isn't set up to convert, all of that effort is like pouring water into a leaky bucket. And we all, as we can see, we all know what happens when we continuously keep pouring water into a bucket that has holes. And here's the reality, y'all. Until you fix these leaks, more traffic won't solve this problem. All right? It will just make you lose more money faster. I'm gonna let y'all sit with that one. So here's why this matters. Every single click to your store costs money. And if you're paying for ads, or even seriously, if you're just investing your own time creating content, each click has a dollar value attached to it. So when your store isn't converting, that's money, technically money leaking out of your business every single day. So I like to say that ads don't fail, the stores do. The traffic is there. The audience is ready. But if your customer journey is broken, if your store can't capture those buyers, all you're doing is feeding Meta, you're feeding Google, while your bank account goes empty, right? And so this is a hidden cost of low conversions. And most Shopify store owners, it's literally, it's the difference between scraping by and actually running a profitable business. So, un poquito about me. Let me give you guys a little background. Let me like slow it down a little bit. My name is Vero, and I am the founder of Pixelnamics. I was born in Puerto Rico and raised in California. I am a proud mom of a 21-year-old college student who still does not allow me to post her picture anywhere. So I do my ways. I find my ways to like finagle around it. But yeah, she still, and she'll check my webinars and say, Mom, you posted me again. It's like, okay, I won't post you. But she's doing amazing in college. Super proud of her. And honestly, she's my reason. And I've actually been building websites since 2008. So back when I was a club promoter, I used to throw club night events, and I used to do some blogging for fun. And that's honestly where I first discovered the power of digital strategy and how much influence on the actual online experience really has on whether people buy or bounce. So fast forward to 2016, I launched my first Shopify store. And like many of you, I struggled. My tagline was, and for those of you who have been to my webinars in the past, it used to be fashion for everyone, which basically meant that I sold to no one. So then came Crema, and it was a skincare line that I launched. And honestly, that's where I really learned the most. I started testing, studying, and refining everything from the messaging, product positioning, and it really gave me firsthand experience in what works and what doesn't. So by 2022, I went all in on Pixel and launched Pixelnamics. So at one moment, I literally was doing 3 different things at the same time. So this may resonate with y'all because a lot of us have a lot of good ideas and we're doing too many different things. And let me tell you guys that I honed down and I decided to just go all in on building Shopify stores in 2022. And that's when Pixelnamics was born. And this is where I've been actually applying the frameworks for other Shopify store owners ever since. And here's the key. I don't just teach the stuff in theory. I've actually applied it in real stores and gotten real results. So, for example, Barecat Body came to us in June of 2023 with low conversions. And after applying the Pixel to Profits framework, their conversion rates actually jumped 854%. All right? They generated over $345,000 in sales since they've been working with me. All right? Another client of mine, It's Just Different Apparel, they started working with me in September of 2024. And they've already crossed $97,000 in sales since we started working together. So I know what it's like to be stuck and frustrated. And I also know the path to predictable, profitable growth. So that's why I created the Pixel to Profits coaching program, actually. And it's to give store owners like you all clarity, confidence, and a smarter path to conversion ready stores. And tonight, I'm actually going to walk you through the exact framework that I use with my clients step by step. So like I said, I'm here with some receipts, okay? I know a lot of you out there, there's actually a lot of people out there, not a lot of you, but there's a lot of people out there that are actually promising Shopify magic. So I really, really think it's important for me to show you all receipts. And as you can see, I have Barecat Body's stats on the top, and it's just different apparel on the bottom. And with Barecat Body, again, they came to me June 2023, and their store was leaking sales left and right. We applied the Pixel to Profits framework, and their conversion rates, like I said earlier, jumped 854%. And translated into more than $345,000 in sales since we started working together. And it's just different apparel, same thing, since September 2024. And in less than a year, they've already crossed $97,000 in sales. And they actually leverage pop-ups as well. So let me just also bust the myth that selling in Shopify is only online. You can actually super leverage pop-ups and super leverage using that point of sale system that they have integrated within Shopify. So I digress. Here's why all of this stuff matters, though. These are not unicorns or celebrity brands. These are regular Shopify stores with everyday products. And honestly, that's the point. When you have the right conversion system in place, any store can actually start turning traffic into predictable revenue. All right, so let's talk about the shift that happens when you plug the leaks in your store. So before plugging in Pixel to Profits, you're pouring money into ads, but most of it disappears. Conversions are random, inconsistent, and honestly, it's stressful. So you're stuck guessing what's wrong, and you're constantly tweaking things that don't even move the needle. After Pixel to Profits, your store actually converts the traffic you already have. So we're working with what you have. And sales actually become predictable so you can plan and scale with confidence. You stop guessing because you are following the proven system. So this before and after transformation is what turns a Shopify store from a money drain into a money machine. And the truth is that the difference isn't in luck, right? It's whether you've built the right systems underneath your store. That's what really matters here. So now you're probably like, Vero, how exactly do we get from the before bucket full of leaks to the after bucket that's full of money overflowing, right? And the answer is following the Pixel to Profits framework. It is a 5-stage framework that I created after years of trial and error and hands-on work with real Shopify stores. And here's the thing. Most founders try to fix their store by jumping straight into ads or traffic strategies. But if your foundation isn't set to convert, more traffic just honestly means you're going to be wasting more money. And who likes to waste money? No one, right? No one does. And that's literally why this method starts with the basics. Making sure that your store is ready to capture sales and builds step by step into scaling and optimizing. So over the next few minutes, I'm actually going to walk you through each of these stages so that you can see how this system actually works. All right, so stage 1 is what I call pixel launch. And honestly, here's the truth. If your store is trying to talk to everyone, just like I did with Hello Fashion, it ends up connecting with no one. So that's why so many Shopify brands have generic messaging like fashion for everyone, like I did, or products you'll love. Pixel launch is about defining that one soul, And not just that one soul, but your one soul. The exact customer avatar you're actually speaking to. Because when your customer feels like the store was designed just for them, everything changes. Everything changes. So here's one quick shift you can actually make today. Look at your product descriptions, and if they start with we or our, rewrite them with you. So let me give you an example of this. Instead of saying something like our skincare is made with natural ingredients, you can say something like you deserve skincare as clean and powerful as your lifestyle. So you're literally speaking and tailoring your messaging to your customer avatar. Think of it as, for example, like if you go to the mall and all these stores, everybody's just yelling, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You kind of like just end up leaving and you end up like, forget it, I'm not buying anything. This is too loud. This is too much going on, right? But imagine instead a boutique that you walk into and you're like, oh, they were thinking of me when they put this boutique together. That's what I mean by tailoring your message down to your customer avatar. Okay. So honestly, that is the power of Pixel Launch. Your words start doing some of the heavy lifting, and then suddenly the ideal customer just leans in and says, oh yeah, this is for me. Right? So that's what Pixel Launch is about. Stage 1. Now, stage 2 is what I call product power up. And honestly, y'all, here's the truth. Shoppers don't necessarily just buy products. They buy offers they can't resist, right? So the leak that I see most often is messy or flat product paths. So prices that don't communicate value, product photos and descriptions that are very generic, especially for those who do drop shipping and they're just like downloading the products directly to your website, and the photos, the description, and the titles are all literally the same thing that you just downloaded from that. That's a big no-no. So the stores that actually make customers click too many times also, they just end up leaving. This is too much. I can't even find what I want, right? So you got to think about the path that your customer or your visitor is going through, and think about how we're going to convert them to customers. And in product power up, we fix that. We polish the way your products are presented. We organize the collections so they actually guide the shopper, and even think about things like the packaging and the bundles, for example. So here's a quick tip that you can actually apply today. You can create a starter bundle. Choose 2 to 3 products that naturally go together, and then sell them as a set. Not only does that raise your average order value, but it makes the decision easier on your customer. Like, here it is, it's all bundled up, right? So when you power up your products, buying becomes effortless and your customers start saying yes more often. And that is the goal, everyone. That's the goal. So stage 3 is conversion core. And this is where you stop just attracting browsers and actually turn them into buyers. Here's what I see with most Shopify stores. People land on their site. They may even add something to the cart, and then they disappear. So because the store doesn't have the systems in place to close the sale, you lose the sale. And in Conversion Core, we fix that. So it's about building the automated trust and sales system that work even while you're asleep. So for example, what am I talking about, Vero? A welcome flow first impression, or an abandoned cart email that recovers lost sales, or having a post-purchase email that brings customers back, right? Having reviews or user-generated content actually that shows some social proof as well. And here's a little nugget, y'all. You can by just adding the abandoned cart email, you can actually recover 10 to 15% of sales you're already losing. So just that little tweak alone is going to put more money in your pocket. So that's the power of Conversion Core. Your steps your store stops the actual leak, right? The leaky bucket, and it starts running like a machine that closes sales automatically because that's already automated, that's already programmed into your store. All right? Next stage we have is the fourth stage, traffic engine. And most Shopify founders get this completely backwards. They start running ads and chasing traffic before their store is even ready to convert. And that's why you hear stories of people burning thousands of dollars on ads with little to show for it. And the truth is that traffic without conversion is honestly wasted money. So the traffic engine is about scaling after your foundation is in place. So this means choosing just 1 to 2 channels where your ideal customer hangs out and building a promotional calendar so your traffic isn't just random. It's actually predictable, right? You're going to be doubling down on what's already working instead of chasing new shiny tactics, right? We go down rabbit holes, YouTube after YouTube, and we're just trying different things instead of just focusing, honing down, and following your plan, right? That's something that I really, really see across the board is the lack of planning in promotion. And I still hear this and get this all the time. Hey, Vero, I want to run a sale this weekend, and it's Wednesday. That's not planning your strategy. That's not planning your campaigns. These are well thought out things that we need to work on ahead of time if we want to be successful. Running random promotions and trying to post them on Instagram and cross your fingers and hope, that's not a strategy. So here's a quick nugget that you can actually use today. Check your last 10 sales and find out where did those customers come from, right? So was it Instagram? Was it referrals, organic traffic? And then focus your next marketing efforts there. And ignore everything else for now, right? Focus on one thing at a time. And this will help you really see what's working and what's not versus having to be everywhere. And then you don't even realize where to put your attention, where to put your energy, where to put your efforts. Because we do have limited energy and 24 hours a day, right? So we want to make sure we use our time and our energy the most effective that we can. Now, stage 5 is what I call optimization loop. And this is where most Shopify founders stop. They launch, maybe tweak a little, but then they get stuck at the same revenue ceiling. And honestly, the truth is that good stores launch, but great stores optimize. So the optimization loop is about running small experiments and refining everything based on real data, right? Not on I feel like, right? So testing product pages, headlines, images, tracking conversion rates, tracking your average order values, or even like the repeat customers, right? You want to maybe even use customer feedback to improve your shopping experience. Customer feedback is gold. They're giving you feedback, okay? Whether you like the feedback or not. It's feedback, and feedback is gold. So you make sure that you're open, constantly open to feedback. So a quick tip that you guys can actually use today is start tracking those numbers, those 3 numbers, which is your conversion rates, your average order values, or repeat customer rate. And honestly, you could even take it further and just focus on 1 per month. So that way you're not feeling overwhelmed with all the numbers, all the data. Because honestly, the numbers are not the sexiest part of running the Shopify store, unless you like numbers and analytics. So this will actually tell you where your growth is stuck. And if you improve even just one of them by a few percents, your revenue will grow. All right. So this stage is where you stop guessing and start compounding. Each small win is going to stack on the last. And over time, your store actually becomes a true growth machine. And that's where we want to be. All right. So let's kind of zoom out. Let's zoom back out and look at the entire Pixel to Profits framework. All 5 stages work together. Pixel launch, product power up, conversion core, traffic engine, and optimization loop. And this is the system that actually turns random, frustrating sales into predictable growth. And here's the key, y'all. It's not about trying a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? Each stage is actually going to build on the last. And when they all work together, you're growing with clarity and confidence. And that's how you turn clicks to cash, right? And that's why this framework works across different niches and stages in your business. It doesn't matter what stage you're in, the framework works. Okay? So let's look at some receipts again. Let me show you what happened this year alone when we actually applied Pixel. When you apply Pixel to Profits framework, this is what happens. And this is Barecat Body again, and this is literally only 2025. Okay? And like I said earlier, they came to me and they have amazing products. Amazing products. Deja, I see your comment now. Sorry. When I was saying focus on one, I was specifically talking about one metric. So you can either focus on conversion rates, average order values, or repeat customers, long time value, all of that, lifetime value, all of that. But we'll have a Q&A session at the end as well. We just caught that, so I wanted to make sure I gave you the answer before I forgot. This was literally this year, and when they came to me, honestly, her products are amazing. I'm one of her customers. I love her skincare line. She also has natural eye care. It's just she has amazing products, but the store was leaking sales everywhere. And after we optimized their offer and then we rebuilt their conversion core, their conversion rate jumped 854%, y'all. And I keep saying that because that's amazing. That's an amazing jump. And in this last year, they've generated over $272 in sales, and they're growing. They've had at least 2 $20,000 days. All right. And every time they have these kind of days, we go right back to optimization loop and we look at the data. What caused this jump? How do we double down on this, right? And that's a never-ending habit or behavior that you're going to want to adopt. You're never going to stop looking at the data, and you're never going to stop optimizing, right? Another store that has done amazingly, like I said, it's just different apparel, and they started working with me in September 2024. And in less than a year, they've made $97,000 and growing. So now I want you to notice something important. Again, these are not celebrity brands. They're not unicorn companies. These are everyday Shopify store owners just like you who were stuck, frustrated, and they were unsure if their store would even scale. So the only difference is instead of trying to figure it all out alone, they plugged into a proven system, and that system worked for them. All right. So just alone, 2025 Barecat Body's conversion rate went up to 5.64. And they've had over 5,000 orders alone this year. They're doing amazing and still growing. So this system, it works. It works. So at this point, you've seen the problem, you've seen the system, and you've seen the proof of what happens when it's actually applied. And I understand that the natural question would be like, Vero, how do I do this for my own store? Right? And that's exactly why I created the Pixel to Profits coaching program. And this program is designed to help Shopify store owners just like you go from guessing and struggling to actually having a store that's optimized, scalable, and built for predictable profits. And it's not about giving you more random tips or YouTube hacks, right? It's about guiding you step by step through the same exact framework that I just showed you so that you can implement it with clarity and confidence. So, what do you get with this step-by-step growth engine? When you join Pixel to Profits, here's what you actually get inside the program. And this is what I call your step-by-step growth engine. First, you get a growth blueprint. So this is your step-by-step plan to scale. You're going to get psych-led strategies. So I'm talking behavioral and neurolinguistic tactics that actually boost conversions. And this is the same psychology that gets browsers to click on buy now. And we want that. We want those buy nows. Third, you get tools and tech support. So I'll basically be showing you everything I know about Shopify, all the tech. You get to know all the apps that I like to use, the automations that you need to have, automations that actually work, right? So you stop wasting money on the shiny objects, as well as getting support from the Shopify tech, right? Because I am the Shopify Grandmaster. So I absolutely help you through figuring out your building and the themes and the settings and all the things that when you're on your own, you're just going down rabbit holes and you end up being overwhelmed. And sometimes you just want to give up. All right. And finally, what you're going to get is clarity and confidence. And this is the outcome. You'll walk away knowing exactly how to grow your store with a proven system, not just random trial and error. I've already done the random trial and error for you guys. We don't need you guys to repeat that, right? So this is what I'm doing for everybody, okay? If you act today, I'm actually going to, because I really want to reward the people who don't just think about it and actually take action. I'm going to include not just one, but 2 fast action bonuses. Let me just drop this in the chat in the meantime. And that is, first, you're going to get a custom Shopify store audit delivered to you in 48 hours. That's right. So I'm personally going to record a detailed Loom video walking you through your store and exactly where the leaks are and showing you which lessons in the program you can refer back to and fix them. Okay? This alone is a $500 value on its own. Second, and this one's huge, y'all, tonight only, when you join the Pixel to Profits coaching program, you'll have lifetime access to the program. And I'm never doing this again. That means every training, every update, every framework, it's yours forever. So no expiration dates, no renewals, no worrying about falling behind, because you're going to always have access to this. And here's the catch, though. These bonuses are going to disappear in 24 hours. So after that, the audit is gone, and the lifetime access will never be offered again. Okay? Now, let's talk about your investment. Okay? When you add it all up, the full Pixel to Profits framework, the coaching program, the 48 hours, the Looms in 48 hours with the audits, that's worth over $500. Lifetime access with all the updates, with all the trainings, and special event invites, because I do let my coaching clients come to all my events. If I have challenges, all of that is going to value to over $10,000. But because I want this to be a no-brainer for everyone, and I want everyone to take action tonight, your investment is only $29.97. Okay? And here's the way that I want you to think about it. Most Shopify owners waste more than this on a single month on ads that don't even convert. So the difference is this program doesn't disappear when your ad spend is gone. This is a system that keeps working for you month after month. And if you're ready, the QR code is here, and you guys can scan it and go straight to the checkout. So like I said, most of us will spend $29.97 in a single month on ads that don't even convert. So instead, this investment gives you a system that keeps working for you forever. Now, let's talk about timing. Because every single day you wait to fix your store, you're losing sales. So I want you to think about it. If your conversion rate is sitting at like 1%, when it could be either 3% or 5% even, that's money that's leaking out daily. And waiting doesn't just cost time, it costs you cash. And the longer you wait, the more expensive this becomes. So that's why I've made these fast action bonuses time sensitive. The 48-hour store audit and the lifetime access are only available if you take action within the next 24 hours. And if you wait, those bonuses are going to disappear. And so does the chance to start compounding profits this week. So the real question isn't, can I afford this right now? The question is, how much is it going to cost me to keep waiting? And let me share with you the link. Angela, just a sec. All right. So go ahead and secure your spot now, because every day you wait, like I said, it's lost sales. And remember, your fast action bonuses disappear 24 hours from now. This means no lifetime access, no audit. And if you've been waiting for a sign from the universe, this is your sign. This is your sign. So let me leave you with this vision. Right now, you might feel like you're bleeding money on ads, or you're stressed every time you refresh your Shopify dashboard, and you're wondering if the whole thing will ever pay off. But instead, in 90 days from now, your store could look completely different. Your conversion leaks can be plugged. And your ads, once you're ready to do ads, they can actually start paying off. All right? Because your store is actually going to be built to convert. You're going to know exactly where to focus so you can stop spinning your wheels. And most importantly, you're going to have peace of mind because your Shopify store is running like a conversion machine. And that's the future that I actually want for you. And that's exactly what the Pixel to Profits coaching program is designed to deliver. So the question is, are you ready to step into your future now? Are you going to let another quarter slip by with the same struggles? So I want you to ponder that. And in the meantime, I want to open it up for Q&A because I want to be able to give any value in regards to not just the framework that I just taught, but your Shopify store as well. So this is your opportunity here where you can ask questions and I can navigate. I wanted to make sure I left enough time to do the Q&As because in the past I tend to just keep talking and then we're into the hour and I'm still talking. So I really wanted to make sure that I gave you guys the time to be able to ask the questions. And then remember, you guys, the program is designed to help Shopify store owners at every stage. So whether you are just starting out or you've already launched, this system works, right? The only question is, do you want to keep trying to figure it out all alone? Right? Or do you want a proven roadmap that's already working with your client, right? So, and if you're on the fence, this is obviously the best time to ask because I'm going to stay here as long as I have to be able to help you guys get clarity and we can explore the bonuses, everything before the bonuses expire as well. All right, so let's start with questions. And I see Deja.
Hey, thank you so much for this.
Hold on, I think my speaker went out. It did. Okay, try again.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi.
Oh, can you hear me? No?
Yes, I can.
I was saying thank you for this. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions based upon what you already spoke on, just so I had clarity for my notes.
Sure.
So I know you said, okay, the question posed was where did your last 10 sales come from? And you said basically focus on that.
Yes.
Okay. And then the second one, it was the one where you had first saw my question, but I didn't get all the stuff that I wanted to write down when you were saying focus on one conversion rate. So I was wondering if you just had something or
No,
that I
sure.
could reference. Sorry.
Sure. No worries. No, what I was talking about is focusing on one metric. So this is the question that also I think Angela asked. So you're looking at either conversion rates, you're looking at either or average order values, or repeat customers, for example. When you're looking at your data and you don't want to feel overwhelmed, you absolutely want to just focus on one metric at a time. And my advice is do one metric for a whole month. And this is the type of strategy that I have my program customers work on. And I give them worksheets to help them kind of go through that as well. But the goal is to be able to let the data tell you what the story is. All right.
Okay.
And you can absolutely leverage AI.
Yeah,
Give it,
yeah, yeah.
and Shopify has AI now embedded in it as well. You could ask it, what are your recommendations based on the data? Right?
Okay.
So absolutely leverage the AI, that sidekick is in there, and don't overwhelm yourself with looking at all the metrics. Start with one at a time. That's what I meant by just one at a time.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you
You're
for
very welcome.
clarifying.
You're very welcome. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Vero. Okay, so I had a question about, I think it was part number 2. I can't remember
Okay.
which one, but it was in reference to combining your products for like a bundle.
Creating a bundle?
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you recommend using like upselling apps? Because that's what I have installed on my website, or do you recommend like a product that is multiple products?
So those are kind of two separate things.
Okay.
Creating a bundle, you're going to create, and there's apps that you can create bundles as well. You don't
Right.
have to put them all under one product. So you can do that to kind of just create an offer that's going to give you more average order value, right? Because it's going to be a larger sale at once. The upsell apps, and I was starting to say that I like to use Essential Upsales. That's the app that I like to use. That basically you're gonna have across your store, and you're gonna choose which products you may want to like have upsells for, and you can have those, for example, on the product pages or at the checkouts. At the carts. So that's a little bit different than just creating a bundle. So it could be two different things that you're doing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So my question was, what do you recommend?
It depends on what you want to do. So you should always have upsells. You
Right.
can do both.
Okay. Okay.
You can do both when it comes to that, because upsells are going to be those automations that you're going to constantly just have on your store. And then a bundle can be a limited offer bundle, right? It doesn't have to be a bundle that always stays there. So you
Right.
can play around with scarcity, right? And using that psychology when it comes down to your bundles, like limited drops, right?
Okay.
Things like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's perfect. That answers my question. Thank you.
Awesome. And then I see in the chat, Angela, you're asking if I help with social media. What do you mean by helping with social media? Because we do help with being able to determine where your customer avatar is. But we're not necessarily like telling you what to post, if that makes sense.
Okay. Or can you give feedback like on the current, like if you look at our social posts and say, here's how you could tweak what you're saying or tweak what you're doing, just even from a content standpoint?
That's a great question. Just note that my niche is more on creating your store that converts.
Okay.
Does that
That's
make
fair.
sense?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But we can absolutely, I can absolutely give feedback for whatever it is. The cool thing with being in the program is you have access to me through my platform, through email. You can email me, you can send me a message through the platform, and I do everything I can to actually answer your questions. So
Okay.
if I have to do a little bit of research, I do a little bit of research. My goal is for you to win.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Mr. Dukes, so you wanted to know how we can contact me? My email is Vero@Pixelnamics. Let me type it in for you. And you can contact me there. Are you interested in something different like the done for you services? Is that why you're asking?
I just have some few questions. I was gonna email you to follow up on it.
Okay, you can also absolutely ask me now.
Yeah, because I already have a store set up. I have very good experience as far as like doing e-commerce, like Amazon FBA and everything. But Shopify is a little bit tricky for me. Like, my website, the issue that I'm having is like the customer, they keep adding the product on their cart, but they're not checking out. So I'm trying to figure out why is that keep happening.
Yeah, that could be many things. It could be the shipping prices. Have you tried doing the actual like purchase yourself to make sure nothing's broken?
No, that's a good idea. I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
I think I need to try to figure out why they keep putting it in their cart without checking it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then check out your shipping rates. Make sure they're not too wild. Sometimes it may be the way we set them up that they're kind of like upcharging a little too much. And then apps, I always recommend going through the customer journey and create and purchase something, because that's gonna give you the feedback on what they're experiencing. Then you get to actually also test your post-purchase flows and all those things. So you definitely want to make sure you go through that yourself and not guess on what they may be experiencing as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. So I do see your email and down below. So I just, any more questions? So I just get in contact with you
Sure.
for the packaging.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Colette, for showing up. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So does anyone have any more questions? Listen, this might be a record for me to finish this early. I have time. Take advantage. I have time. All right. So I'm gonna drop it. De nada. Drop the link again just in case. So the link is gonna take you directly to the options for the $29.97, or you can actually do 4 payments and break it into installments. So there is the option to do that as well. And you're still gonna get the lifetime access as long as you purchase within 24 hours. And you get the Loom video as far as with I'll be contacting you so that I can get your website and then do the audit specific tailored to your store as well. Okay. All right. So if no one has any more questions, I'll give you the rest of your Thursday back. But honestly, I'm here. I have the time. I made the time. So if you need me to go back into any of the slides of the stages to get more clarity, feel free to ask. All right. All right, everyone. Well, have a great night. And I hope to see you guys on the other side in the platform.
Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great one.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Great
Bye-bye.
job,
Thank you.
Vero.
Thanks,
Great
Vero.
job, Vero.